Hello everyone, I am Dr. Talat Praveen, currently working as an assistant professor, Department of Pali and Buddhist Studies, Savitri Bai Phule, Pune University, Pune. I am going to present a module on Global Vipassana Pagoda, Mumbai. The objective of this module is to present a brief overview of the Global Vipassana Pagoda, its historical and archaeological background and global importance of this meditation center. Now we see the brief introduction about the same. 2500 years ago, Buddha's quest for a way out of human suffering. Gautama the Buddha rediscovered the art of Vipassana meditation. The word Vipassana is an ancient Pali word that means to see things as they really are and not just as they appear to be. It makes use of tools that are available and acceptable to any human being. Our own breath and physical sensation. Meditators start by observing natural breath at the entrance of the nostrils. They do not try to control the breath or add any word to it. They do not try to count the number of times they breathe in or out. Instead, the only effort is to be aware of what is actually happening in this part of the body. Breath now entering, now leaving the nostril. In other words, learning to see beyond the apparent truth to behold the ultimate truth of existence, the truth of the entire mental and physical structure. It is the essence of what the Buddha practiced and taught during his 45 years lifetime. During the time of the Buddha, large numbers of people in India, monks as well as lay people, were freed from the bound of suffering by practicing of Vipassana. After Buddha took upon this technique 2500 years ago, his line of succession was held strong by Sona, Uttara and then Arya Dhammadasa of 11th century, and finally Venerable Lady Sayadaw, Saya Thetgai, Sayagi Ubakhin of 19th and early 20th century, and most importantly in present context by S.N. Goenkaji. Over time this technique is spread to neighboring countries of Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Cambodia and others. It bore the same wonderful fruits for the people in these countries and flourished there. Few centuries after Buddha's death, the technique disappeared from India, but survived in these countries, especially in the pure form at Myanmar by teacher-pupil tradition. It is a scientifically experimented technique. The people belonging to all folds of life, irrespective of their identities, have readily practiced and benefited from Vipassana. Buddhists, Muslims, Jains, Sikh, Christians and people from all religions could practice this technique due to its all-inclusive nature. Authorities from high class, government ranks and politicians, rich business executives and industrialists have learned to keep their mind calm, quiet, peaceful, harmonious, which eventually benefits them and the society around them. People in prisons have also been introduced with this technique, and considerable changes in their behavior has been observed during their recovery program. Children and teens can easily access the way of Vipassana in practical way via specialized camps for such age groups. First such attempt was done in 1986 at Mumbai by Goenkaji. Now we see the S.N. Goenkaji initiative to re-establish the Vipassana technique in India and abroad. Satyanarayan Goenkaji, a pioneering businessman during his time of increased mental tensions, joined a 10 days Vipassana course in 1956 in Yangon under guidance of Sayagi Ubakhin. His migraine and other mental strains healed. After the nationalization of industries by militarist Myanmar, he spent more time with his teacher and after getting trained came to India in 1969 on orders of his guru, who wanted to give Vipassana back to India. 1979 onwards, Goenka ji travelled far and wide to spread this technique for the good of all. He took more than 400 10-day courses in Asia, North America, Europe and Australia. He delivered lectures on Vipassana in many countries like Taiwan, Switzerland, New York, Netherlands and others. He was awarded high civilian awards in many countries including Padma Bhushan by Government of India. Now we see the background for the need to establish the global Vipassana Pagoda. One may rightly surmise that our country forgot the essence of the true teaching of the Buddha over the centuries. Gradually, this country also lost the entire original related literature and worst of all, it lost Vipassana, which is the technique of practicing the essence of that teaching. Through the practice of Vipassana, all the artificial barriers of caste, race, class and religion could be broken for the benefit of humanity. This was the direct proof that the Buddha's teaching was universal. When the technique of Vipassana was lost, the original teaching of the Buddha was lost, and this was a very big loss not only for our country but also for humanity as a whole. The teaching of Buddha, which was for everyone, became Buddhism and thus limited to those who called themselves Buddhists. Because of the loss of Vipassana, most people forgot the universal and eternal importance of Buddha's teaching pertaining to all countries. As long as it was Dhamma, people did not hesitate to practice it, but as soon as it began to be called Buddhism, the delusion naturally spread. This is the Dhamma for Buddhists, not for us. So that which the Buddha called Appamano Dhammo, unlimited Dhamma, or you can say immeasurable Dhamma, became confined by the narrow bound of an organized religion, became Pamanavanto, limited, and unfortunately was placed in the shallow row of the different religions of the world. Because of this, people remained ignorant of its universally beneficial nature and were deprived of the benefits obtained from it. Fortunately, because of few wise people in the neighboring country of Myanmar preserved this technique of Vipassana in its pure form for centuries. From generation to generation, it has arisen again. It has returned to India. It has arisen again in the world. In the past 3 decades, through its practice, it has been completely proved that the original teaching of Buddha is not meant to be confined within bounds of religion. It is universal. People of all religions, races, castes and communities of the world can take advantage of this beneficial technique, and they are already benefiting from it. One can assume that by the spread of Vipassana, the strife, aversion and ill will between different religions and communities will end and mutual love and affection will be produced in all people.